Hi guys, welcome back and thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be looking at the Bcb Combat Survival Tin. Now this combat tin is made by the company that make a lot of the equipment, the survival kits and all that sort of thing for the British Army. It's Bcb International Limited, and this particular kit is actually NATO approved. This is a comprehensive combat survival kit that Bcb have produced. Now they've produced this tin for somebody who needs to survive and live in the outdoors if they get lost. But it is there for an emergency purpose. It's small enough to fit in the pockets of your trousers, and it doesn't take up too much space. It contains an array of items, come in this waterproof sealed tin with tape, so if you fall into water, the water's not going to get inside. I've got that tape there that's going to keep it waterproof for a short period of time. And it's not going to last forever, but it is going to keep your contents dry. It also keeps the lid secure in place, so it's not going to open up, you're not going to lose the stuff while you're running around, traipsing about. You can knock it. You're not going to lose anything, you can make sure it all stays contained. So let's take a closer look. So the tin itself weighs 195 grams. It's 11 by 8 by 2.8 centimetres or 4.5 times 3 times 1 inch. In ounces, that's 6.87 ounces. If you go online, you can find the NATO approved number for this as well if you want to take a look at that. Let's see what we've got. Right on the front, we've got our expiry date down here, so it says it's good till 05/2021, not to be sold to anyone under the age of 18. I presume that's due to the knife. And we've got a nice little list here of everything that's included. It's got nightlife, flint striker, knife, pencil, sewing kit, wire saw, whistle, snare wire, puri-tabs, safety pins, fishing kit, mini knife, survival instructions, a micro torch, nylon cord, cable ties, matches and silicone tubing. And of course, we've got our tape on the outside, which is always useful in a survival situation. You can use it over blisters, you can use it to patch up a cut if you're really desperate. You can also use it to aid in survival shelters and fire lighting as well. So we'll just put that out of the way so we can seal it back up when we're finished. Now the tin itself is a fantastic little tin. You can also use the top as a signal mirror, and you can use the bottom to purify water. So let's see what we've got inside. So first of all, we've got this little bag here. So I'll just put that there for now. You can see we've got a lovely book of matches, a Bcb wooden matches, stripe board, and it's nice and thin, so it's not taking up any room at all. Fantastic. There's our empty tin. We've got our Oasis purification tabs. We've got 10 of these. They do 1 litre each, so we can purify 10 litres of water, and they expire 05/21, which is probably why we've got that expiry date on the front of the tin. So the first thing I notice is our little mini knife here. So we have got one of these little beaded fasteners rather than a normal ring, so you can attach it to everything, but I would be careful of these because they do have a habit of coming apart, so you might lose it if you use that. It comes in a little packer and it pops out. I mean, it's not the best knife in the world. You've got a serrated edge more than anything else, but it's better than nothing. If you've got nothing, you're going to be happy to have this, but if you've got another knife, you're not going to need it. And here we've got our little bag which is sealed up. So we've just got a small Ziploc bag here, nothing too major about it. And we'll open it up and we'll start taking our contents out. So the first thing that we've got there is our accident evaluation report. Straight on the back, internally, initial examination of patient, mark the position of injury. Right on the edge of the page we've got a ruler in inches. Turn it over, we've got centimetres. And here we've just got some basic survival instructions. It's showing you how to make a lean-to, a plan, first aid, protection, fire. It even shows us Morse code, because you can use the lid of the tin as a signal mirror in Morse code. It also shows you various different ways to make fire. And if we turn it over, it's showing us how to make snares to catch food, how to purify water. Several different ways there. And you can see we've got dew traps, we've got plastic sheeting to catch condensation, and it's even telling us a way how to use the sun as a compass, how to use the stars, and how to make shadow detection as well for your directions. Fantastic. somebody with absolutely no survival knowledge, no basic understanding, that could mean the difference between life and death. That in itself is absolutely fantastic. And the next thing out of our little plastic bag, we've got a pencil. Always good to have a pencil, you never know when you need to write things down. Got 2 small zip ties. It'll also help in making traps to catch food. A plastic tube in here that can be used for drinking water. It can also be used as a tourniquet. We've got our wire saw. We've got 2 loops at either end. Better than the usual little ring pull, so you can get more fingers within the loop and you can get a better grip. You can use this for making shelter. Fantastic. It's not the best saw in the world, but when you've got nothing, it is absolutely great. And we've got a massive roll there of, I'd say, 0.5mm brass wire. We can use that for snares. We've got our instructions there. It's going to show us how to catch some food. Here we've got our typical fire striker. So we've got our ferrocenium rod. We've got a saw on this side and our strike on that side. We've also got a small oil-filled compass in the top as well. So this is going to be a massive help. Not only is it going to help us make a fire, it's also going to help us get our directions and see our way home. There we go, just scrape some of the black off. And we can see quite easily we can make a spark. Fantastic. It just wraps back up and it'll fit lovely in your pocket. And there we've got BCB right on the back of there. Next out, even though we've got a knife, we are also provided with 2 razor blades. Because knives can break, it's better to have a backup. 1 is none, 2 is 1 and all of that. We've got a very small length of nylon cord. Very good if you break a shoelace, you break your button on your jeans. You can use it to make shelter. Lots of different uses for a little bit of nylon cord. Here we've got our Bcb International Torch. Not the brightest thing in the world, but if you're on the run, you might not want to be seen, had you? So we've got the push button, and we've also got just to leave it on as well. That's fantastic, that is. Next out the bag, we've got a little candle which will probably burn for about 2 hours. Get that lit and then you can use that to make a fire. Very useful, especially in wet conditions when you're struggling to actually get that fire going. And we've got our little bright orange whistle. Now if we wanted to, we could use our nylon cord to actually put this around our neck. Personally, I wouldn't. I'd actually just put it in my pocket and keep my cord for something else. It is a survival kit. I am going to need to build a shelter if I'm lost. That is its intention. And I need every help I can get to make that shelter. Next up, we've got a bag with some safety pins. Safety pins are always good. Good in first aid and lots of other situations. We've got a sewing kit, so if we break our clothes, bruise a button, or even if we need to sew up a wound, very handy. Even in a pinch you could use that thread, although it will probably not be very good towards shelter building. The last thing out of our bag is quite a little bit of a comprehensive fishing kit here. So we've got 4 massive weights there. We've got some swivels and we've got some large non-barbed hooks, and we've got quite a bit of fishing line there as well. Fantastic. And last but not least, we've got our small bag that it all came in. So we can use that bag to hold in some food or some other items in that sense. Now looking at this, there's not a great deal there, but there's not meant to be a great deal there. It is there and its intent is to save your life if you need it. But really there are actually a lot of things missing. So there's quite a few things that I would add to this. Let's see if we can get them inside the tin and make some improvements. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to swap a few things around. So we're going to take our very cheap little knife over there. What I'm going to add, Leatherman Micro. Fantastic little tools these. You can see it's quite beat up from where it's been in my pocket. So you've got your scissors, you've got a nail file, you've got a flathead screwdriver, you got a knife. On the other side we've got a thinner flathead screwdriver and a bottle opener, some tweezers and a smaller flathead screwdriver. It takes up pretty much the same amount of room, but I can guarantee you that knife's a lot sharper. There we go. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to swap out the fire starter, the compass and the whistle. Now you can see when it's put in together, it takes up quite a fair whack of space. What I'm going to add is a whistle and fire striker in one. So we've got our whistle there in the bottom and we've got our fire striker on the side. And right at the end we've got our strike board. So it takes up a lot less space. I'll drop that in there. Then I'm going to try and get in a 20-inch piece of foil. It's fairly thick. You can do a lot with a piece of foil. Cooking, food preservation, signalling. I'm also going to add in a very small, compact first aid kit. So we open this up, what we've got is 2 plasters. It's the soft stuff, so if you've got any blisters or anything like that, a plaster sheet, so you can cover your blisters with it. You can use it to keep your wounds closed. It's got a fancy cut line across it. Got another 8 water purification tablets, and we've got 1 pre-injection alcohol swab as well. That fits in its own little Ziploc bag. Fantastic. Then I've just got a very small compact pack of tablets. So in there we've got 2 cocodamol, which is paracetamol and codeine, and 2 buscopan, which help with stomach cramps and, well, if you run into the bathroom because you've had some dodgy water, which you shouldn't do because you've got 18 water purification tablets. So there we go. We've taken out the whistle, the compass and the fire striker, and the knife. We've added in some foil, small little med kit, a few tablets, Leatherman Micro, and the last thing we're just going to pop a compass back in, which is another oil filled compass, slightly larger than the one in there, but it will do the job nonetheless. So let's see if we can get this back in the tin. And there it is. Lid's gone back on really easily. We've made our improvements, and now we've got a new improved Bcb Combat Survival Tin. Fantastic. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that bell button, you'll know when I'm going to put up a new video. Stay safe, and I'll be back with you soon for more eats, treats and MREs.